welcome back to my channel. Comparing to my previous video, can you guys tell that I am less awkward and more comfortable in front of the camera?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
And today I'm gonna do a night routine plus a little bit of chit chat with you guys. I hope it's not gonna take too long for this video. So let's get started. So basically the first step for my night routine is basically just more or less like previous video that I did for how to get a glass skin. It's like same products. So the first step is Innisfree. Currently where I'm living is doing this lockdown, and it's actually have been locked down for like 1 month right now, just like stuck at home, and we can't really do anything. The cases is like crazy going up, but currently it was kind of like getting a bit better compared to before locking down. So recently I have been watching a few documentaries about some artists, musicians. So one of it is Bohemian Rhapsody. I watched it last year ago, but I rewatched it again. The next documentary I was watching is Michael Jackson documentary. Whoa. Like the thoughts after I watching all these documentaries. First off, mind-blowing. Second is that it's really amazing to see how impressive and how misery their mind work and how they grew from nothing to something big. It's really inspiring and really amazing to watch it. How they work hard and how they pay their efforts to really doing something big and really creative mindsets, and how they insist and believe in themselves. It's really something worth it. You're not gonna regret it. And then the second step is the same, the mineral spring toner. So whenever I really admire some musicians or artists, I will just go into their interviews and also seeing their documentaries. I want to know how their mind works, like their perspective on life and perceive things on certain things. Like think of something, maybe we see this is like a triangle, but they see it as a circle or a square like that. Basically they're not just like sing songs, creating a picture that people really crazy about them, but instead they are doing something which is really inspiring, and they are influencing a lot of people in a good way. And that's how I perceive on artists and musicians. I love music a lot, and I love to attend concerts. I really love all this music stuff because music is art. It's an endless journey for this music artists creating creative, yeah. And then the next is I'm gonna use this lotion. So after talking about what I've been doing recently, let's hop into the main topic of this video: how to speak well in English.
I am very happy to be learning English.
I grew out in the environment where it has nothing to do with English, so it's make it more harder for me to pick up my English. And for your information, during my middle school, I used to fail my English, and I didn't understand any sentence at all in English. Whenever I heard about people talking English, I was just
like, are they talking in alien English? What are they talking about? Like,
what? It was until the point where I was 15, 16 or 17 years old. One of the big reasons that why I suddenly decided to pick up my English, learn my English, and really work my ass off is because my examination. And then the other reason is that I realized that English is considered as one of the tools that I can connect with many people, like different backgrounds. It's gonna be useful for me on future. So after having these thoughts, I decided that I'm gonna work my ass off and really study hard, put myself into this whole shit together. And then is this, the Advanced Neo 96. So after that, the first thing that I did is I go to search some English songs that I'm familiar with, and then I listening to this song while looking at the lyrics. If I ever found some words that I don't understand, I was just gonna write it down and then translate it. So that's the beginning way to really step into English, this language. After that, I just switched myself into English mode. All the songs that I listen to are all in English. And I think that is one of the easiest way to really learn English in an efficient way. I'm just sharing my tips on how to speak better in English, but I cannot guarantee you guys that it's gonna be helping you to get an A grade in your academic or in your examinations. But I'm just sharing my tips on how to really use this English language in your life, like really learn it in life. It's like a life hack or something. And for your information, my English wasn't that good. It's just enough for me to survive, to live, to communicate with people in daily basis. Yeah, it's enough for me for that. Learning is an endless journey for me. It's not gonna stop there. I was still gonna be improving, I was still gonna be chasing, and I still got a long journey to go. On the way, just like you guys, you don't need to be scared if your English is not good, because my English wasn't good either. English is just a language, so the best part to pick out this language is to communicate with people. Don't need to be scared. It's okay to be speak wrong with people. Before you really can speak really fluent English, I was just like you guys. I didn't speak English at all, and I don't understand anything that people speak at all. I just do it.
Do it! Just do it!
I still remember the thing that I said to people about this. You're supposed to say it like the cauliflower, but I express it into white broccoli.
Yo, I like to eat white broccoli, and you? You know, like, this white broccoli is so delicious. I really love to eat this.
Dude, what? White broccoli? What the heck?
No need to be scared of making mistakes. Just pick it out. Just say that you learn from mistakes, right? I sharing my own experience with you guys just to really encourage you. Be brave to learn something new. Like you want to learn Spanish, you want to learn Chinese, or any languages, like be brave. Just do it. So the next step is I'm gonna use this Melanocisi. I'm just telling you guys that language is supposed to be a language that can help you to communicate with people, to connect with people, and help you to express things very well. And that's what the language function is, isn't it? Like my way of picking out my English, you have to spend more efforts, like you really have to having this passion to really learn it. But above all, the most important thing to learn a new language is your attitude and is your consistency. The most important thing, the consistency. And then is how hard you really want to achieve this language. Trust me guys, I used to get more suck in my English, but I still managed to like use my really trash English to really speak with people when I just first learning my English. Following process after listening to music is go for the movies. So usually for the movies, I will pick some very classic or very something that I'm really familiar with, or some movies that I have watched before. So the first time that I watched this movie is I'm gonna be choosing the bilingual subtitles. So for me, my first language is Chinese. So the first time that I watch it, I'm gonna just read all the Chinese subtitles. And then the second times that I watch it, I will just focus on the English one. So after I getting know the stories and basically what they are talking about, the third time that I'm just gonna watch it without subtitles. I tell you guys, by doing all this together, it's gonna help you to pronounce it more properly. And I still remember the first movie that I picked is The Big Bang Theory. It's not really a movie, but a movie series. I still feel like that movie is too much for me. And I still remember watching the first episode, I almost spent for like 4 to 5 hours just to write down the words that I don't understand. So can you imagine that? Like a couple 10 seconds like that, I need to stop. and then I need to write out all the words that I don't understand in a piece of paper, and then translate it into Chinese, and then force myself to remember all those words, and then to rewatch it again.
Oh my god! Wow!
I was enjoying in that process, but I don't know whether you guys can really do it my way. Maybe you can just like try your own way. Maybe you guys are better than me, just like no need to really write down all those words. It's really based on personal experience. Learning English is considered as a long journey process. Like you can't really pick up your English in a few weeks or in a few months like that. It kind of took me 5 to 6 years to really watch a movie without subtitles, and I can totally understand what they are talking about. Not every single words that I can understand, but mostly I can grab the base meaning of it. Other than movies, I suggest you guys can go to watch YouTube's vlogs. I still remember that Logan Paul was doing these vlogs and I watch it every single day. Even though during that time I didn't understand what he was talking about, somehow I could say it did really help me to really know their culture more by watching all these vlogs. Like how is the lifestyle of them. Oh yeah, forget to tell y'all, this is my night cream. It's not considered as night cream, but I use it during my night routine. So it's this. I also shared it during my previous videos. You guys can go watch it back if you didn't yet. Another thing that I did is through novel, reading novels. This is my first ever English novel that I picked back in my 15 or 16 years old. Every single page is written full of Chinese words in this novel. Can you imagine that? Every single page, especially during the very interesting part, but because you don't know the words, you have to bring out your translator. I don't know whether the kids nowadays know about this translator. So the translator that I use is like a laptop. You can open it up, close it back. So I really have to say technology is really improved a lot. With your phone on hand, it doesn't need an extra translator to translate all the words that you don't understand. Technology.
Nice.
It almost took me for like an average 15 minutes or half an hour to read a single page of this novel. I could say that was the hard way to learn English. There ain't any shortcut to really learn all this vocabulary. And then the next is to get some friends who are really English native speakers. Like that is one of the most efficient way. Because while you're hanging around with your friends who are really well in speaking English, they're gonna teach you and they're gonna guide you around how you pronounce it and how your grammar, all this grammar stuff. So these are the notebooks that I wrote all these words that I didn't know, and I would just bring along with me every single day. For my way to write these words, I have a formula. So this page, you're gonna write all the words you don't know, and then behind it is the words that you translated. So whenever you're looking at this page, if you cannot tell what this word is, you just flip it back and see the meaning of it. And then force yourself in the day, you can remember all these words. And then after a week or a few weeks like that, while you're looking back, if you still can't tell what the meaning of this words is, then it means that you pass it. You know all the words, so you can just let it go. So that's my way to learn all these words that I didn't know back in my really beginning process of learning English. That's gonna be hard, I know. That's gonna be really hard to remember all these words. But during last year, the lockdown period, I was trying to pick up the new language, which was Korean. Currently, my Korean level is I can read all the vowels. But if you want me to really remember all those vocabulary, I cannot. But comparing the Korean to English, Korean is actually much more easier to English, but in a way on how to pronounce it. And then is this hand cream. So during my night routine, I'm just gonna put some hand cream. These are my tips on how to really pick up your English. So my advice for y'all is learning process for me is never gonna be a really enjoying, like really fun process for me. It's based on you how hard and how thirsty and how hungry are you to really want to achieve that goal. Like if you really want to achieve that, you're gonna do it anyway. Like if you really love something, you were just gonna do it by yourself. Like learning English for me was never other people's decision. Even though right now I still can say that this goal is not the end yet. I still have a lot to learn. I still have a long journey to go. I'm with y'all. Learning process is never the end for me. So I hope you guys can really try my ways to really learn English. So I have done my night routine. It's time to say goodnight and have a nice dream. Say goodbye with them, okay? So bye bye and let's have a sweet dream.